Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Or should I say, yeah, that's good enough. All right. Let me see who was here first. Gwendolyn Daniels, who wants to say hi to a few people. Thank you so much for being here first. There are no prizes, but there is major street cred in that. Yes, street credit. Um, it is a colorful colloquium used by some of the hip hoppers and such that means that people are going to give you extra credit for whatever. So, street cred. Let's see. Sheila C is here, Lola Love, Teresa McDougal, and Gwendolyn Daniels, Celia E. Nelson, Ingrid Soares. Yes, yes, yes. Got that. Joya Moore. Fancy, fancy. Hello, Gabby. Teresa McDougal. Okay, I'm repeating myself. So I'm going to just scroll all the way down to see who was. Oh, thank you so much, Ulibi Nunez Diodario. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Okay. Um, Okay, last in here is Joya Moore. Okay. Hey, Lydia. Hey, S. H. Knight, Sonia Alexander, MLC, Rose Green. Yes, thank you. So, oh, while I'm doing all of this, why don't I get my slides up? Yes, get my slides going here. Okay, got it. All right, we're in business. Slides are coming up. Satonia Smith, hello. And who else is here? Sama Khan, thank you. Kim Coates, Carolyn Soares, Marshar, Carolyn Lund. Elaine Parker. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for being here. Sorry to keep you up so late, Elaine Parker, but it was unavoidable. Myra V. And who else is here? Rhonda Bryant, thank you so much. Patricia Ann Franklin, Veronica Quick. All right. So there we go. Sometimes I just do things because I know that the Rangers are going to have a major migraine. Um, so they didn't like when I would say Princess Megan. Technically, Princess Megan is just that, Princess Megan. She is a princess. And even some of the squatties are very quick to tell me she's not a princess. Yes, she is. That is her job title. According to, I believe it was, the birth certificate, they tried to take her name off of it. Well, she is a princess of the realm. And dare I say, she has acted with unimpeachable goodwill in reference to her position. I would say she hasn't put a foot wrong. I know she hasn't. So, Princess Megan, but for us, she's our queen. Good King Harry and Queen Megan. Now, I didn't know Cheryl Lee Ralph was a squatty. Did you guys know that? Now, I'm assuming that this is a Cheryl Lee Ralph account. It's okay, it's not a blue check mark, but not everybody bothers with the blue check mark. But it says the Cheryl Ralph. And then, of course, I saw these photos, which is so familiar to some of you all, Sussexes. And thank you, Marjorie. I think we all should. And so take a look there. I know these people, melanated. Well, she decided to share this, if that is Cheryl Lee Ralph. And of course, you do recognize them, don't you? You guys have to recognize them. They are some very famous people. As a matter of fact, These reimagined images are the most influential royal couple today. Yes, that of course is the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, also known as Harry and Meghan, Meghan and Harry. That is Meghan and Harry. Well, I've seen these before, and I also saved the one that depicts Harry with no hair. And let me tell you something, Harry looks good with hair or without. Um, Harry is more than just the superficial. Harry is the very embodiment of cool, hip, loved, all of that stuff. So, um, matter of fact, here I go looking for something I didn't plan for. Do I have that photo of Harry with the bald head? Yes, I do. Let me see if I can share that with you guys. Let me see if I can share that with you. Just in case you've never seen it. Just in case you've never seen it. Let me see. I hope this works. Aha, there you go. Huh. Huh. What? What? Now, let's just hope he has a good shape to his head, right? But I think he could pull that off. Now, this is what he can do. If he decides that he wants to embrace this look, then he can get the tattooed follicles, right? He could get the tattooed follicles or not. It doesn't matter. Whatever happens, that's still Harry. People love him. And according to a very bogus poll that I just seen, which I'm not even going to say the source of the poll, but it's another one of those nonsensical polls. Once again, um, people are polling in the US about the royal family for no good reason. None of them are running for higher office. None of them are going to shift the political landscape. Well, I shouldn't say none of them. Harry is perfectly capable. Actually, Harry and Meghan are both capable of shifting the political landscape. So that being said, none of them are running for public office. So why the polling? I don't get it. They're trying to prove some idiotic point to the establishment, to the sycophants that the Cambridges, the Waleses, whatever you want to call them, is making some impact over here. Now, in that poll, which I didn't even prepare a slide for you guys because I didn't even think I was going to talk about that. But in that poll, they are actually saying that Mumbo's somehow is the most popular of the old Fab Four. Huh? What's that? Marjorie says, yes, Shirley Ralph, our Jamaican girl, and Gabrielle Union are squaddies. Here, Union saying the other day that she loves Princess Meghan and is hoping they can meet again sometime. Come through. All right. I love that. I didn't know. Okay. Well, isn't that cool? Well, see there. Now, I was wondering, should I just stay in bed today? That was worth getting out of bed. Verta Sanchez. Hey, Verta Sanchez. Verta says, love and blessings to all. My hands are aching, so I'm shouting out hi to everyone. Your hands are aching? Oh my goodness, what did you do? Are you try some warm water, Epsom salt, or something like that? But yeah, well, I hope you feel better. I'm sorry to hear that. Let me see here. Okay, let's continue. But yeah, Harry looks good. Let's see. We're sure that these so-called polls are U.S. polls. No, they're YouGov polls, whatever that is. And if they are, who is running them against Harry and Meghan? Mumbles is more popular than Meghan. Really fixed poll. Why pay attention? Yeah, you know what? And of course, a lot of those polls, they start off with leading questions anyway. I'm just, well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm surprised that they're still doing that, but I just wonder what the point is, who is being served by that, because there's no way that is scientific. If it were a scientific poll, then of course the outcome would be very different from all of this contrived nonsense. So, as a matter of fact, I can tell you one person that they did not poll. Out of all the polls that they have run, guess who they didn't poll? Just take a guess. Come on, anybody? Venture to guess? There's one person that I know for certain that they did not poll. Anyone? Okay, this is the person that I know they didn't poll.
Prince Harry, and Prince Harry should be king. He should be king. Prince Harry, not William. William and all of them in there, Camilla is the wicked witch of the devil himself, because she is part of why Princess Diana is not here. I do not like them. I am from the islands, and we don't need them in the Caribbean. Get lost. Demolish the monarchy. This is 2023, okay? And I will support Harry 100%. I do feel for him. Yes, I do. And everything in the book is the truth. And Charles is the monster, not Harry. Harry's no monster, not Meghan. He's bringing the story out right now. They are evil people. They are not nice. Behind the wall, we all are one human being, and behind that wall there are no difference with me and you and any other Brits. Give the people back the money. They are just welfare recipients living off the taxpayers of the British people, and the British people are stupid supporting that nonsense monarchy. It is nothing. It's just a title. It means nothing. A title. I'm angry at them.
When she says, give the people back their money, and the British people, what is that she says? She said, did she say they're stupid or something like that? And she says, supporting that nonsense. When she says nonsense, my shoulders go up. I feel like I'm being dressed down for some reason. Oh boy, I mean, she really knows how to lay it on thick. When she says supporting that nonsense, my shoulders jump up. My shoulders go up like Miss Seeley. Oh, really? Patricia Smith says, I have spent the day with Harry and Meghan. I watched their Netflix series again, and then I started watching Suits. Nice. Very good. As a matter of fact, that sounds like a good combination. And I know exactly what you deserve for that. Are you ready? Here it comes. Wait. All right. How do I make that do that? Oh, okay. Ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Okay. Thank you very much. That sounds lovely. And I hope more people will take time to watch Suits. We need to help Suits become number one. Okay. And yeah, you're right. The royal family is increasingly unpopular in Britain, and they're trying to see if they can find relevancy in their lost colony. Trying to see if they can beat Megan in her own on her own turf, right? Absolutely. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to create, and I guess maybe they think that if they can increase the popularity over here, that somehow it will increase the popularity over there. Also, they're trying to gain a foothold with an audience here so it can increase the amount of people reading that nonsense. So the tabloids are really trying to up the stakes for themselves because, of course, they are losing readers in the UK, among other places. Their readership is down, their distribution of the actual physical newspapers are down. So they are cultivating an audience. I don't think this whole thing is just because of Will and Kate. I think it also is cultivating an audience for all of that bile that they print and all the ridiculous stories that they run. They're cultivating an audience. They're trying to find an audience for that nonsense. It's propaganda not only to bolster the image of Will and Kate, it is also so that they can find an audience, some like minded Brexiteers or MAGA people, as I always say. That is what they're doing. They're trying to find an audience. And and trust me, I could see how that makes a difference because after the docu-series, look at how many people began to look favorably upon the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The docu-series, Harry's book, that is the stuff they're competing with. And remember, was it Harry who said that the one thing that they really fear is that they will lose control, that the tabloids will lose control, that the royal family will lose control? If they are not able to control the hearts and minds of people, then they've really lost. They have a fear of losing that control. So it's no wonder they're working so hard to try to make sure that they can cultivate an audience that will be willing to read their clickbait or buy their magazines and newspapers. Diane Hawkins says, I'm watching Suits too. Patricia Smith. Oh, it's for Patricia Smith. Thank you so much. I'll just move on then. Let's see. And Cynthia Steer says, Baron, when I was in my teens, I used to model for Shirley Ralph's mother, the House of Ivy. Really? That is really cool. That is really, really cool. Thank you for sharing that. Let me see. Yes, very, very annoying. I agree. Absolutely annoying. Yes, I am angry at them. Ha! Yes, when you run out of words, sometimes when you're at a loss for words, you just have to improvise, right?
Nonsense monarchy. It is nothing. It's just a title. It means nothing. A title. I'm angry at them.
There you go. When you're at a loss for words, it's time to improvise. Let me see. Mashar says, Baron, the arrogance of the UK. They think America is a backwards colony and would admire the unroyals. Americans don't care about them, not even the MAGA Knights. Even they are about America only. Yeah, it's one thing that they can get them to hate for the sake of hating, but it doesn't mean that they are looking for a royal family. I have heard too many times when someone from Britain who doesn't really care for the royal family would say, well, would you want that in your country? And most Americans are like, nah, not really. But it's a novelty. It is a novelty. It is very much like going to Disney, if that doesn't sound so terrible, but it really is. It really is. It is something that we go to see on vacation. it's nothing that anybody would want here. Any American who thinks that they would love to have a monarchy, trust me when I say this, when they realize that they're stuck with whomever is the next on the throne and there's no way to vote that person off the throne, or that the tax dollars are going to subsidize someone's lifestyle that is going to be around more than 4 years or 8 years, and then the same subsidies goes to their offspring and their next ancestor, they would lose interest fast. They would really lose interest fast. We don't do any complaining when it comes to our presidents. And the reason why, I mean, there are some people who say a bunch of nonsense around election time, but the reason why we don't really get into that is because we have the ability to choose another leader every 4 years. Now, the system, of course, is far from perfect, but when you consider that right now someone is born in the United States that will be the future president, he or she will be a future president of the United States, and they were born today or yesterday or next week, whenever, there's not one single person outside of that royal family that can say, my child was born and my child is going to grow up and be the king. My child is going to grow up and be the queen. There's not many people who can say that. So that is the big difference, is that if you're American born, you have just as good a chance as anybody to be president of the United States, the highest office of the land. And that's a title. People say that we don't have titles here, but we do. We have doctors. We have senators. And after you leave the United States Senate, nobody's calling you Mr. or Mrs. Smith. You're Senator Smith. So we have titles here. We're not without titles, but we have a different reverence for those titles. We have a different understanding of those titles. We don't see it the same way. So, yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next thing, shall we? So, take a look at this. Kate Middleton has more passion in her kiss for another man than she does for Prince William. Here is yet another photo where Kate looks like she's caught up in the rapture, as Anita Baker would say. And then with William is peck, peck on each cheek. This was trending all weekend, and I suppose by tomorrow it too shall pass. But oh, wait a minute, do I have that? Let me find it. Let me find it. I made another one of my shorts, and gotta share it with you. Gotta share this short with you. It is my new favorite thing. Okay. All right. Here it comes. Yeah, I know I shared it with you already, but that was before I actually put the final touches on it. It needs a laugh track. That's what it needs. You have to throw a little laugh track on there, and then it really comes alive. And take a look at this. One of the squatties, Alexis, put together a collage right here. It says Prince Harry and Meghan in their flop era. It points out just a handful of things that were very successful involving the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Like, for instance, and I forgot about this one, Apple TV Plus touts record viewership for Oprah and Prince Harry's documentary, Announced New Town Hall. I remember I actually got a membership at that time. I purchased a membership to Apple TV because of this. And there are a lot of silent, very quiet, very discreet squatties out there, or people who just plain love the Sussexes that are not on these sites, that are not in the chats and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of them do comment in videos and other places, even like a news program that may be anti Sussex, names that I've never seen before. You will see them comment in a way that is favorable to the Sussexes, or in a way to set the record straight with this, where the Sussexes are concerned. There's a lot of people that do that, and those are people who may have actually purchased a membership to Apple TV Plus, like myself, except they're more anonymous, right? But I do remember I purchased a membership, and I only ever did that because of Harry. Now, I may have, as a matter of fact, I think I had a trial membership, and then I let it continue for a few more months before I finally canceled it. But that was a boost to Apple TV that Harry was there. I totally forgot about that. I forgot about the fact that Harry appearing with Oprah was a way for the very new Apple TV to bring in some viewers. So, and of course, they were speculating that Harry may actually stay with Apple TV. And if I'm correct, this was like during the height of the pandemic after they left the UK. And I remember how impressed I was with Harry, especially that one part of the documentary where he told Oprah, he's like, Oprah, I'd like to go back and revisit one more thing or something like that. And I'm just like, Harry, that's Oprah, And that's why I'm always bothered that people try to make Harry out to be some kind of wimp. When Harry is right about something, when Harry feels compelled to share something, he doesn't care who the person is. He doesn't care what a person's, not that he should, but I'm just saying, I'm looking at little Harry I watched grow up, holding his own, talking with Oprah and all of these professionals. And I'm just like, Harry, I was nervous. And everything he said was so brilliant. I was just like, wow. I was just so impressed with him. So there's that. And then, of course, there was the bench. And, of course, Joe Rogan losing his throne to Meghan. And, and then, of course, Harry's book. So thank you to the squatty that put this together. Very, very cool. I mean, that thing with the me you can't see, I totally forgot about that. But Harry was absolutely brilliant. And of course, I was nervous for him, but it was unfounded nervousness because he was absolutely brilliant. Teresa McDougall says that man took what is that? I'm sorry, that man took off like Hussein lightning bolt. Yes, you're talking about William. William, he sure did. One more time. It doesn't take much for me to want to see this again. Oh, the look on her face. The look on her face. It's like the Hindenburg disaster. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, the humanity. How embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for her. Let's see. Willie, don't run. Really, I'm sorry, really don't want to hurt Rose' feelings. So he is embarrassing Kate in public, allegedly. Let's see. I haven't found Willie to be any more intelligent, no more than Kate. He just speaks a little better. Well, Fancy, he also speaks a lot faster. I've noticed that whenever he speaks, it's always as though he has a plane to catch. He speaks very choppy and fast. I've noticed that about him. Like, for instance, this famous video.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's that's more than financial.
Yeah. Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know. I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's that's more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important.
Why is he acting like he's trying to get to the bathroom? He's talking like he's trying to get to the bathroom. Like, okay, but I gotta pee. And he always does that. That is how he talks. There's no feeling. There is no type of spirit in his talking voice. Is chop chop, like he told Kate, chop chop, let's go, and that's it. He never actually speaks to people. He kind of speaks at them, and then after that, the visit is over, and he can get back to his helicopter. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Cookies and Cream. And Big Mama says Auntie Megan and Harry trolls will never say anything positive about them, even if you slap them in the face with it about the clicks. Nothing else is money. It's a money thing. Thank you so much, Big Mama. And that's true. And you know what? I have something to share on that score coming up. Let me see. When is that coming up? Very soon, very soon. But yes, I have something to share about that when it comes to such a thing. Let me see. Yes, Meghan and Harry are equally creative and enthusiastic in their endeavors, whether it's a public service or their media pursuits. In other words, Netflix documentary or Harry's memoir. Ava, absolutely. I always say that the Sussexes are great if they're out together. They can do things individually, and there is no less excitement because there's one and not the other. They have so much strength individually that there's no jealousy between them. There's no competition between them. They just do the work. They get on with the work, and that's the beautiful thing. Whereas, like if Kate is speaking and William is standing by, he seems like he's trying to distract her or trying to confuse her or make a joke or something like that. Like that one time she was reading a speech and he's like laughing. He's openly mocking her in front of everyone. In front of everyone. And the more she I guess the more she seemed anxious and unsure of herself, the more that he was mocking her. So, but that's her husband, the one she can't. Okay, speaking of mockery, watch this one.
I feel tempted to cry, God for Harry, England and St George, but I really don't want to lower the tone by bringing my brother into it.
Yeah, that's Harry's very supportive brother that he loves so much.
I feel tempted to cry, God for Harry, England and St George, but I really don't want to lower the tone by bringing my brother into it.
Wow. Glad that's not my brother. Glad that's not my brother. Yes. Thank you so much, VS Speaks Royally. You really do speak royally. His mannerism is very dismissive. Yes, yes, yes. I could have been here all day and never found the right words. Thank you so much. That is so true. It is very dismissive, condescending, always slighting to people. Yeah. Okay. And Diane Hawkins says, even Kit Kat knew what Billy was spouting was nonsense. Billy gives fleeting eye contact at best. Yes, I noticed that. But, but good head rotated in direction of person he is addressing. Absolutely. You know what? You guys have his number through and through. You guys have his number. Absolutely. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And also thank you for being a member. Very, very helpful. Okay, so right here, we still haven't, at least I haven't heard anything. So you guys, please be careful. Don't put someone's name out there. But BBC suspends presenter accused of paying for photos. The BBC just suspended unnamed man. Why are they not mentioning his name? He must be their top presenter. They're hiding him. Did they say it was a him or her? Him. Oh, okay, we're just gonna assume it's a him. If it were to be someone else, they would have named him. Sad. Well, I told you my wish is that it's the man who his last name starts with a W. He's old and cranky and he has eyes like a weasel. Oh, please let it be him. Please let me see a perp walk with him. Oh, please, please. So let it be written, so let it be done. Nubian Queen says, thank you, everyone. My surgery was a success. I am now recovering at home. Baron, I never missed any videos, though on replay, but still very relevant. Thank you so much, Nubian Queen, and I hope you feel better. And lots of luck, lots of love and blessings with your convalescence, speedy recovery, and thank you so much for sharing that. As you know, people here in the squad like to keep up with stuff like that. So thank you ever so much. All right. Yeah, see that? Lydia says praying for a speedy recovery. Okay. Yes, Megan's elephant voiceover. Well, when the Spotify first came out, even some of the newspapers that are so critical to the Sussexes, I believe it was unanimous when everybody was like, she has a great voice for a podcast. She has a great podcasting voice. Pleasant, her pronunciation, the clarity, just fantastic. So, too bad some of them turned around and accused her of not actually doing it. But you know how it is. But yeah, I remember that when it first came out, even some of those enemy news groups, everybody was applauding the fact that she had managed to knock Joe Rogan off his throne. Okay, so for now, we don't know. Now, as I told you guys, I was going to say something about the comment thing. So take a look here. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because of the hypocrisy of it. I won't say that it's on the same level. Yes, I will. Why wouldn't I say that? It is kind of on the same level. Oh, see there? As Jeremy Vine. Marsha says, Jeremy Vine is the, okay. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I would think that if that was the case, that Jeremy would not be so vigorously denying something like that. So I don't think so. I think whoever it is, and I don't think they really care for him, they would have thrown him under the bus. Although, if it is, oh well. Okay, note to self, next time you tweet a simple, unambiguous comment about hashtag Kate Middleton, be prepared for, yes, lots of lovely responses, but also a veritable tsunami of spite from the Meghan Markle supporters. What a sad state of affairs that you can't even pass a simple comment on Kate without all that. Hashtag Princess of Wales. Oh, the caucasity of it. And then, if that's not enough, he goes on to say, seeing all the trolling that Kate Middleton has endured. Let me say that one more time. Seeing all the trolling that Kate Middleton has endured on Twitter over the last few days just makes me love her even more. Hashtag Royals. Who are you talking to? When I saw that, I was just like, who are you talking to? Huh? Who are you talking to? No. Who are you talking to? Well, I covered up his name because I don't want anybody going after him. Vivica Wissett, thank you so much for joining us. Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to Royal Sussex. Let me see. Okay, here. E.B. Lynn 35 says Harry wrote in Spare that Willie doesn't like to be touched. Isn't there a condition that usually shows up in young children where emotions are limited and they're disassociate from people? Yes, it's called Windsor. That's the condition. It's called Windsor, right? Not Spencer, Windsor. If you grow up and you are in that family, you come down with a case of Windsor, where you don't like people to touch you, you don't like to touch people, especially if it's family. But the condition does go into remission when there's cameras around, right? Except for with family. When there's cameras around, when there's bags of money that you're trying to make people not think about. Also, it happens when you've just come from the rose garden and you're all covered with pollen. You know what I'm saying? And another way that it happens is if you have gone all the way to Poland for a pulled pork sandwich. That's another symptom of that condition known as Windsor. So there's various ways, like, it flares up after a pulled pork sandwich, after a visit to the rose garden. All those things causes the affliction known as Windsor to rear its ugly head. So that is what causes people to come down with that condition known as Windsor. Also, Windsor is something that happens when, let's say, somebody marries their cousin, right? When cousins marry, sometimes down the bloodline, Windsor pops up. So, oh, hello, Ivy here. Just popping by to say hi to Baron and all you squatties, and of course the mods. Thought I would pop up and say hi before I try to get some sleep. Before I say hello, Ivy here. It's 1:45 a.m. here in the UK. Bye for now. Bye from Ivy. Bye. Good night, all. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, Ivy of Sussex Global UK. If you guys are not subscribed to Sussex Global UK, you don't know what you're missing. It's the only, and I do mean the only, Sussex-friendly channel that I have a membership. So that's how much I think of Sussex Global UK. So hello, Ivy here. Oh boy, once I start saying that, it's hard to stop. Hello, Ivy here. Okay, and I'm going to pin that link to the top of the message. Thank you, Lydia. So that is how you go to Sussex Global UK. All right. Let's see. I remember years ago, William mentioned Harry was so confident with people and never gets embarrassed about anything like himself. Oh, William. Ugh, William. I wince when I say William. Oh, Nubian Queen, are you leaving us? Good night. Thank you so much for popping by. Okay, let me see. Okay. Vivica says, Arbiter's lashes and brows already self-ejected. The squatties are Luke Black Twitter. We come with receipts and bring on the funny. All right. Yeah, so this person actually seems to be morally outraged by the negative comments. But see, the thing is, just like with Jeremy Vine, the idea that this guy is not making this about himself, so it's not really like Jeremy Vine, but oh, thank you, Black Queen. Yes, you see how tone deaf these fools are. Destroy Meghan, but hurt when it comes to their pale English road. Exactly. I'm almost at a loss for words because I just think it's so ridiculous, as though this person doesn't. Okay, and I did go through his Twitter, okay, and I didn't go back a long period of time, but I could not find any comments that he has made about Harry and Meghan. However, this person is totally into the royal family, into the history of the royals, for very good reasons. He follows the British royal family. Obviously, he has a love of history, a love of pomp and circumstance. I get that. He's a royalist, fine. He has something positive to say about Kate, fine. But I'm just wondering, is it that he's ignorant to what Meghan has been through? He couldn't, right? That's not possible, I don't think, because of all of the constant bad negative press that the Sussexes receive. So I think it is very disingenuous for him, and as Black Queen said, tone deaf, for him to pretend as though he doesn't know where this is coming from. A reasonably intelligent person would assume that because Meghan has been constantly under attack, because they have constantly made these comparisons, that is the likely reason why people have decided to strike out against the English rose. Now, That being said, there was plenty negative comments in both of these posts that he made about Kate, in reference, like one of them said, I love Kate and I just hate Meghan. Or they say, why is it every time someone criticizes Meghan, that makes them racist? Because the basis of the criticism started with racism. And the undertone of so many of the comments about Meghan is born and conceived out of racism. That's why. That is why the subtext of it is racist. And even if there is the comment here and there, which seems to be just heartfelt criticism, the point is the racism is what fueled all of the anti Meghan rhetoric that's out there. The hostility against Meghan was born out of racism. That a woman of color, a woman whose family ancestry includes slaves, would dare get above her station and marry into the royal family. And that she was seemingly accepted by some of the members of the family, even if it was for only 10 minutes, that seemed to be a bridge too far. Carla Johnson, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you very much. But yeah, that is the genesis of the hostility. It was born out of racism. And so for me or anybody else to equate the attacks as being racist, Hillary Clinton said it was racist. And there are so many other people who have said it was racist. Al Sharpton called it racism. There are many people who just called it for what it is, racism. And yet they ignore the racist assaults against the Duchess of Sussex, against her children, and they pretend that they themselves have formulated this hostility or this apathy where the Duchess of Sussex is concerned just out of the blue. Just out of the blue. Like they were just observing the Duchess of Sussex without any input from the tabloid media, which continues to be quite racist and misogynist. They just out of the blue came up with this idea that they just don't like her. And one of them just said, I love Kate, but I hate Meghan. You hate? You hate? Marjorie says, so that choose to believe all, I'm sorry, that idiot choose to believe all the lies about Princess Meghan, yet defending Kate. Baron, we need his user. No, that's why I covered it up. That's why I covered it up, because I'm not going to send anybody to his channel. But Marjorie's like, look, I need that username. No, that's why I covered it up. Ooh, boy. Well, I'm glad. That was a good call. No, Marjorie, I understand. You just want to have a conversation, and I appreciate that. But to be fair to him, I did not see any criticism from him of Meghan. He posts things about Kate because he likes Kate. He loves the royal family. He has a lot of like old photos of some of the royal family portraits all the way back to Queen Elizabeth I and all of those people. So it's really unfortunate for people like that who are royalists, who otherwise may not be racist, but they are somehow pulled into this good versus evil campaign waged by the tabloid media and Kensington Palace, among other places, Clarence House. They are drawn into this. this guy may as well be, let's say, Camilla. Let's take Camilla, right? Now, on his worst day, I think he's probably more attractive, but that's very superficial of me. Camilla, I don't know that I've ever heard anything racist from Camilla. However, who does she keep company with? Who did she invite to her luncheon before Christmas, right? And the lady in waiting or the royal courtier, the one who said, "But where are you really from?" The host of the event, Camilla, the queen consort, the host was the one who was supposed to apologize to Nagazi Fulani. She was the one who was supposed to apologize. It was her gathering. She invited people to Buckingham Palace. And I may not have the best etiquette in the world, but I know flipping well that when there has been a bad experience at an event, not only should you expect an apology from the perpetrator, which that has not happened either, you ought to expect, you deserve, you rightfully should expect an apology from the host of the event. That's just good manners. But instead, there was no apology. It seems as though by the company that they keep, they have doubled down on the non-apology and tacit approval of those comments. Right? Or did I miss anything with that? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's where the apology should have come from. And there is no apology forthwith, and one should not expect an apology. So again, this guy may be okay. But even posting this as a way to demonstrate his frustration, to me, that says, you know, I don't care for her either, although he's not saying that, but he's not defending her either. He's not even defending her right to exist in the royal family. It's as though, like Camilla, there is a tacit approval because the trolls, as a matter of fact, there was someone who is a squatty, and their comment was, if you want to see who are the trolls that are trolling the Meghan, they're all here. Here's all the trolls. And these people in his comments, they didn't have a good word to say about Meghan. They had some very disparaging things to say about Meghan. Like one of them said, oh, Kate was so classy that Meghan knew that she couldn't keep up with her. That's why she left. Classy, as far as I'm concerned, just like with Michelle Obama, and of course, that woman that went to the White House with Trump, that's when classy becomes racist. That is code right there when they say classy. When they say classy, that means, oh, she's not black, like that Michelle Obama. And it's the same thing with Kate. You can take that as a translation. Well, at least she's not black. It's always happening when it comes to a black woman in a traditionally white space. They will use classy as a dog whistle. That is a dog whistle. And that's the same thing that's going on here. It's a dog whistle. Even if he's not aware of it, it's a dog whistle. Thank you, Marjorie. Let me see here. Okay. I'm not gonna. I keep that one to myself. Judy says, let me see. Judy says the tabloids are looking for royal news, good or bad. No Meghan to bash, so is sympathy for Kate. They are looking to write. It is all about the money. Yeah, and they have been writing. Oh, I'm sorry. They have been writing about some very like. Well, okay. I'm not going to make it sound like it's something new and unheard of, but some of the off the wall stuff that they write about Meghan when she has not been seen for a while, when she hasn't had a public appearance of some sort. I mean, like an official engagement. Um, when she hasn't been available, some of the nonsense that they come up with, you know, and these comparisons, like to put Megan on a list of people who dress to look older than what they are, and to exclude Kate from that list. Out of all the people who should have been on that list, Kate should have been on that list. And so, for those people who have criticized me for making light of it, so what? I'm frustrated and I'm tired of them messing with Meghan. And when I'm frustrated, a way that I vent my frustration is to point out the absurd, to point out the nonsense. I'm coping. That's what I'm doing. I feel better when it's I feel better having done it. I don't feel guilty, not at all. And seeing something like this just reminds me of what they have done and what they continue to do. How many times do I witness them attacking a woman of color and say nothing? How many times do I do that? Why should I do that? Because I don't know that there's any big prize because you don't push back. If a bully is pushing you and you don't push back, I don't remember that there's some special prize for that. So, I hope the Sussexes don't watch Royal Sussex. I hope they always keep their plausible deniability. Oh, I've never heard of it. Good. Oh, man. Lydia says they are lying. Even if all their crazy lies were true, it would not warrant the level of hate the Duchess receives. Serial killers get less flack. Well, serial killers and people from this morning get less flack. I can't let that go. People who have appeared on This Morning have been accused of something that should have you ostracized to the end of time. But instead, oh, here I go. See, look at me, Lydia. Let me dig into my seat. But instead, that person brings up the Carolyn Flack name and takes his mother out of Shady Pines to get some ice cream. And instead, they end up on a park bench in front of a high definition camera. That person will be on television again in no time. That person will be lauded by all those in the industry as courageous and strong, and using the excuse during Pride Month, using the excuse that if this were a woman, no, I'm sorry, if it was a woman or, someone younger that he was involved with, there wouldn't be this much criticism. But because it involves another man, then that is the reason why he's being picked on to the point where he wants to delete himself. I cannot let that go. The hypocrisy of it, the blatant hypocrisy of it is breathtaking. That one bothers me, to see that person get all this sympathy from those in the industry, and of course Allison with that, we're family, We're like a family, and I'm not okay. Allison sitting up there with all them crocodile tears. And my mother said she's quoting her mama and quoting the Bible. And my mother, we're not okay. We're a family. I love this show. Please make me the co-host. Remember that? Her voice got all deep. Allison sitting up there. Oh, yeah. We're a family. I'm not okay. And I just love this morning. I hope they make me a co-host. She's all getting emotional and in tears. Where was all those tears when she was watching a black woman being raked over the coals? Where was all those tears when Megan lost the unborn child? Where was all those tears? But instead, she's sitting up there crying the blues over something that may or may not have happened, although I'm sure we all know what was likely the case. She's sitting up there getting all emotion, lip trembling. I hope she gets what is it, a BAFTA or whatever award they give to television over there, because she sure enough put on a performance. And my family, this television show, it's my family. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? She's sitting up there boo-hooing and rocking all back and forth in the chair and in tears. Girl, they gonna let you work. You ain't got to do all that. They gonna let you work. Ugh. They gonna give you all the commissary you want. They gonna bring you all kind of food in your room. Whatever you want. You ain't got to do all that. Oh, let me see. Kaden William has an arrangement with the media, allegedly. Harry knows the media is abhorrent, so he kept out of sight, and the media in the UK has been in charge for so long they can't take rejection. Maybe Harry should have gone on the television and said, "That's my family, and I miss my family." Maybe he should have done one of them numbers. He should have done like Allison. Let me see. Oh, I'm so far behind with the comments. I'm so sorry. Let me every time Horse Miller says something racist, she gains another crater. Okay, you guys. I need to scroll through here because I'm like way behind. I've been stuck for a minute. Scroll. Sorry, I'm missing some good stuff. What happened? Is something wrong with B10? Oh my goodness. Oh, what did I miss? Okay, I don't want to scroll back again, but I will find out. But thank you for being here, B10. What's that, Marshar? Marin, I know now you know that you're 35,000 subscribers. The Sussexes know about if they don't listen. Somebody in their team does. Look, keep doing what you do to keep Megan uplifted and Harry sparked up. Thank you, Marshar. I have every intention. I do. I have every intention. I gotta be me. I gotta be me. Okay, so I'm all right. I'm finally at the last one. So sorry, you guys. I missed so much of what you all. Let me see. Oh no! I'm so sorry to hear that, B10. I'm so sorry to hear that. We are going to be praying, and you know when the Sussex squad prays, you know when the Sussex squad prays. Thank you for sharing that with us. Oh, thank you, Church Nelly. Thank you, thank you. What's that Marjorie says? That's how the horse speaks. Must confess, I know. Oh. Oh man. Okay, so let me go on to the next one. So I just want to say, now this guy said that there is a tsunami of spite from the Meghan Markle supporters. I want to just say unequivocally that is not true. Wasn't I nice enough to share photos of Kate without all of that pesty airbrushing? I want Kate to feel free to be herself. And so I have been nice enough on occasion to share photos of Kate without airbrushing because I love Kate and I want her to be free. I don't want her to be encumbered by all of that airbrushing and hijinks with all the lighting and stuff like that. So I would say instead of being critical of Kate, I'm actually one of her biggest supporters. I'm letting Kate shine in her true light. I'm not hiding anything like those tabloids do. See how nice I am? I'm not airbrushing, I'm not dimming or anything. I want the real Kate to shine through. Another way that I can prove that not all squatties have it in for Kate, wasn't I nice enough to showcase Harriet Tubman? When I found out that Kate's ancestor played a key role in abolishing slavery after the Sussexes barbed about royals and racism, did I not go and find that children's cartoon about Harriet Tubman? Did I not go and find that and share it with everybody so that we would all know that there is a children's cartoon out there about the life and times of Harriet Tubman, also known as a woman called Moses? I was nice enough to do that. As a matter of fact, because the illustration was lost, I managed to recreate it right here all by myself. So not every squatty has an in for Kate. Another reason why I take exception to what he said, did I not uh, warn people, especially, look at this. When the Cambridge cat came up missing, wasn't I the one who painstakingly dug around on the internet and found a photo of the cat and shared it with everyone? Right? Didn't I do that? Nobody else has a kit. Wait, no one else has a photo of the Will and Kate's cat except for me. The poor cat that has mimicked this is mommy so much that it has a problem with his spine or neck or whatever. But anyway, I found that photo. I shared that photo. Nobody else. So I have to say to this unknown person that I refuse to share that I have secretly, quietly, and discreetly have been in Kate's corner for some time. Like, for instance, look at this. When people kept misquoting her, can you taste it by smelling it? I found the actual quote, can you taste the smell? Can you taste the smell by smelling it? Now, people misquote her all the time, but I found the quote. I shared the quote. I set the record straight. Nobody else, but I don't get credit for it. So, whatever that person is talking about, um, I take exception to it. And another thing, how about this one? When people were saying that Kate was running the risk of getting too political, and they couldn't understand her popularity, did I not find a reason why she's popular. Wasn't I the one who found that? Remember? The reason why she's so popular is because
reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned mute woman.
Take note, Nicola.
There it is.
right? I found that. I'm the one who pointed out the virtues of her being a mute woman, right? And when people criticized the way she was dressing, right? People criticized her and was saying that she was trying to copy off of Meghan. I was the one who pointed out I was the one who pointed out the virtues of the way Kate was dressing in that very mid-century 1940s oh man, now you know I can't find it. Hold on. Let me see, because I'm trying to make a point here, and so I have to use certain things to make my point. Like, for instance, where is it? Okay, so that one's not. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. All right, pass. Never mind. But don't worry. I'm on a roll here. I'm on a roll. So when people had accused her of dressing like an extra from a Bond movie, was I not the one who pointed out, and especially when people say she was looking old, I actually found someone twice her age to demonstrate that she doesn't dress like an older woman. She dresses like an old woman. I pointed that out. So I think that a lot of the criticism of the Sussex squad is baseless and unfair. I have done a lot to uphold the dignity of the newly minted Princess of Wales. I've done a lot. I've done more than my share. Let me see what else. And what about when people were saying she uses her hands too much? Wasn't I the one who explored and found out that she had a hidden talent and that she had actually gone to the Fosse School of Jazz, and that's the reason why her hands are doing that? People thought it was like some nervous tic, but she has a dancer's hands. And I was the one who found out that the reason why her hands are always flying all over the place, it's not because she's nervous, it's because she's got the music in her. I was the one who pointed that out. So I think it's unfair to say that the squaddies have an end for her. And lastly, how about this? When Kate decided to cosplay Private Benjamin, wasn't I the one who coined the phrase Major Middlebomb, right? I was the one who declared that she was Britain's secret weapon. So, as a matter of fact, I will be the one to go back to that person's Twitter account and set the record straight. I'm going to share all of these with him so that he will know that, at least for this squaddie, I've always been on the right side of history. And what about when people, okay, I got a good one for you. Remember when Kate wore those black gloves and people criticized her for wearing black gloves with a white dress? Wasn't I the one who pointed out that she did that so that she wouldn't scare people? Right? wasn't I the one who said, leave her alone? She needs those gloves so that she won't intimidate people. I said that. Right? Don't I get credit for anything that I've done? I'm the one who pointed that out. So, yeah. And what about when people were making fun of her green dress? Wasn't I the one who pointed out that she was actually celebrating an invention from the people of Boston called the windsock? She wasn't dressing badly. She was just trying to remind people that the windsock was an invention from somebody from Boston. That's it. So, what's up? What's up? She wasn't wearing something cheap and insignificant. What she was doing was celebrating an American invention called the windsock. People don't know because they don't keep up with stuff like I do, right? But some people would look at that and say, oh, she looks so silly. She looks so funny. No, Kate is celebrating American ingenuity by dressing up as a windsock. Duh. So anyway, you guys. Oh, and remember when people were making fun of her because that man wouldn't shake her hands? Remember that? They were making fun of her. Wasn't I the one who created a distraction by showing people an up-close image of her with no makeup and no airbrushing? Well, she is wearing makeup. But didn't I take the attention away from this by sharing this? Didn't I do that? Didn't I? Didn't I? I did that. So they ought to thank me. People stopped laughing at this and laughed at this. I did that. And I don't get any credit for it. I'm just sick of it. Do you hear me? Sick. I'm sick of it. I have done too much, too often, and don't get any credit for it. People would still be talking about this if I hadn't shared this. But because I shared it, it gives them something else to think about. And now you don't even see this anymore because this is haunting your dreams. So people just don't understand when they have it their way, right? And what about when I was the one who went to 23andMe and found out that there's another connection that Kate has to the United States? People thought the only connection that she had was an ancestor called Harriet Tubman. Well, what about that DNA that I found that links Kate to Gomer Pyle? Huh? With that dazed, happy, confused look, right? And the mouth askew. I found that out. So all of this criticism that the Sussex squad has received, like all we do is sit back and criticize and tell jokes and make fun of them, nothing could be further from the truth. I have humanized Kate. I have humanized her by demonstrating that there is a link between Gomer Pyle, Jim Nabors, and Kate Mumbles Middleton. I established that, and I am proud of my work. So let the record reflect that there are more connections with Kate Middleton. And when people were making fun of that Raiders of the Lost Ark hat, didn't I find that photo of Kate and Granny side by side? Didn't I find that so people wouldn't look at the other thing? They were saying, oh, Kate looked like Wicked. Kate looked like Harrison Ford. Well, I neutralized that. I neutralized that by finding a picture of Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies, right? Don't thank me. Don't thank me, Kate. Sometimes I think I do too much. Yeah. Sometimes I think I do too much and I don't get the proper consideration for some of the things that I've done. Now, let's move on to another thing. Right here, I live a stone's throw away from Kensington Palace. That's Net Zero Williams' helicopter ferrying him home. It happens every day. Did you guys know that? According to this person who is not a squatty, William takes his helicopter every day from Kensington Palace to wherever. And this is the person who is worried about the environment. Prince William lives in England, and so does David Attenborough. Yet Prince William took a private jet to Davos to interview David on climate change. Also, they pretend that Prince William cares about the environment. Let me take a look at that one more time. This is William taking his daily trip on that 8 million pound helicopter that was purchased from the sovereign grant by his grandmother so that he can go back and forth wherever he goes. Okay? Then to distract from his hypocrisy, Prince William's friends in media excoriate a heavily pregnant Meghan about a baby shower her friends gave her and accepting a seat on George Clooney's private jet. For accepting the seat on George Clooney's private jet. As if that were not enough, they then attempt to sabotage Prince Harry's initiative by spending the summer tearing into Harry and Meghan about flying by private jet, even though Bully and his family were also taking private jets to their holiday retreats. And to show his gratitude, Prince William's guy, Simon Cass, arranged a stunt to make it seem like Prince William and family flew commercial. Well, we all remember that stunt. And thank you to the squatty who put this together. But yeah, all of that is true. It is all very true. But take a look at that little Easter egg. Oh, yes, exactly. Take a look at that little Easter egg. You see it? The Daily Mail right there in the pocket. And I can't make out that other paper, but you can very clearly see it says the Daily Mail on the paper on the left. That is what's in the helicopter every time they fly. Every time they fly, they probably have it in the helicopter, on the toilet. They probably have it at that restaurant in Poland where William traveled 1,000 miles for a pulled pork sandwich. They probably have it everywhere. Any place he goes, they have the Daily Mail, among other papers, so that he can keep up with this hate campaign against his brother. So, and he's not the only hypocrite. How about Charles? Eco warrior King Charles took a 112-mile helicopter trip in 24 hours to attend opening of New Africa Center in London, where he talked about climate change. He went to the Africa Center to talk about climate change on the matching helicopter. Now, these are not the same helicopters. That is EB, what is that? GXXEB. And I think Williams is EXXEB. The Queen has a helicopter. Queen Elizabeth had a helicopter, while simultaneously Charles and William also had helicopters. Guess who has a pilot's license to fly Black Hawk helicopters and don't have a private helicopter? Harry. That's who. Royals spend more than $13 million of public money on private flights and helicopter journeys. And that was a couple years ago. Prince Charles, helicopter flights, private jets, multiple huge homes, personal train, climate change hypocrite. Now, there is the person that everybody in the British media cannot stop talking about. Do you guys know who that is? Y'all know who that is? That is President Biden. That is Joe Biden. Enjoying a day at the beach. A carefree day at the beach before he has to go over there and watch Rishi Sunak kissing his shoe. Take a look there. Biden stretching out, taking a nap in the sun. Biden talking to his wife, who happens to be Dr. Jill Biden, under the umbrella there, staying out of the sun. Biden checking his text messages because he's just received another message from Rishi Sunak and Charles III asking him, are you sure you're coming? Are you on the plane yet? Did you leave yet? Can we get a trade deal? Do we have a trade deal yet? Joe, President Biden, are you still coming? Are you at the airport? They can't leave him alone. And now take a look at this. There is Joe Biden, just arrived in London. And if you notice, unlike the last visit, Rishi Sunak is no place to be found. If you guys remember when Joe Biden went to Northern Ireland, Rishi Sunak was there waiting for him, and Joe Biden pushed right past him and shook hands with the military officer there to represent Charles III. Well, in this case, this woman, that is a woman, by the way, this woman you see on the left side, that is the military officer that is there to represent Charles III. So Joe Biden is going to shake hands with her. He'll be properly welcomed to the United Kingdom. He's only going to be there for like maybe 24 hours, and then he's gone. So this is not a state visit. This is not a formal visit. This is another opportunity for Rishi Sunak to chase him around begging for a trade deal. That's what it is. It's another opportunity for Rishi Sunak to embarrass himself like he did in Northern Ireland. And of course, they're going to be looking at the beast to try to figure out which flags does Biden have on his car. You know they're going to do that. So let me see here. Yeah, poor Rishi Sunak. I was embarrassed for him, actually. There you go. This is an old photo right here. This is an old photo. But this is what Charles has been waiting for, so that he can be photographed with Joe Biden. So when he goes to his glory, they'll say that Charles has met every president since he took the throne, starting with Joe Biden, et cetera, et cetera. And I tell you what, Joe Biden is in better shape than Charles. This might be the last president he greets. Oh, man, this might be his last president. So it's not like they haven't met before. I don't know why Charles is so anxious, but he wants to make sure that he gets his photo op. So he's going to spend tens of thousands of dollars of tax or pounds of taxpayers' money to make sure that he and Queen Camilla, gets that photo op. And with that, you guys, I think, one more disparaging image of them. I would be remiss if I didn't share this with you. So this is what Biden has flown, 3,000 miles to see? He has just flown across the Atlantic Ocean to get up close and personal with these two. Good grief. And one last photo to share with you guys. There is an unguarded moment of the mean girl. There is the mean girl. You know, she was doing all that smiling and stuff, but when you least expect it, she lets slip her veil and she shows you the real Kate, just like she did here. All right, you guys, thank you all so much for being here, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Thank you to the moderators for always keeping this a safe space. And thank you for your very generous contributions, always appreciated by your content creator, Royal Sussex. I want that one. Actually, I'm looking for our queens. Yeah, so you guys, next time somebody says that the Sussex squad has been hard on Kate, make sure you set the record straight. Let them know that from time to time, we have been there to uplift and celebrate. Yeah, that's what I meant. Uplift and celebrate the Cambridges. We don't just sit around and make fun of them. We celebrate. Yeah, I'm sorry. It felt like something was stuck in my throat. We celebrate them. We expose all of their deeds. I'm sorry. We expose all of their good deeds. Both of them. Okay, so thank you. I'll be looking for the last comment of the night as we celebrate our queens, our queen in heaven and our queen in Montecito, where there are no leaks. But either way, the Sussexes are covered. They're covered in your prayers. They're covered in blessings. And of course, the ever watchful eye of Doria. And also from above, our Queen of Hearts. Let me see. Marjorie says, have a good night. Good morning, all. Bye. Well, that looks like an ending to me. Hey, Joseph Berno, I didn't know you were here. Thank you so much. And Roseanne Campbell, I'm sorry I didn't say hi earlier. Teresa McDougall, Lady T. All right, love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully earlier rather than later, but I do have an errand to run. Let me see. Yes, thank you so much. Lydia says, good night, all. If you have not already, please thumbs up as you depart. Greatly appreciate that. And let me see where we are in terms of our subscribers. Oh, 34.9. We're getting there. We are getting there. 20 million views. 20 million views. And just 85 subscribers away from 35,000. Just 85 subscribers away. So you guys, please make sure you share Royal Sussex. And if you haven't subscribed, if you have been watching on television, please go and find your phone or your tablet, log in to the YouTube, and please subscribe to Royal Sussex. It helps the algorithm in ways that you just could not understand. It helps to take forward all of the algorithm to people who are missing out on this. So we wouldn't want anybody to miss out on this, would we? You know what they say, if you miss a day, it's like you missed a year. So please share. So I'm going to go and maybe put on CNN or something like that so I can see if Rishi Sunak is stuck under Biden's shoe again. You know, Biden, sometimes when Biden trips, it's not because of a sandbag. It's not because of old age. Rishi Sunak is under his shoe. Yeah, Rishi Sunak is grabbing his leg and Biden's dragging him along. Rishi, can we have a trade deal, Sunak? Oh, man, that's shady. That is shady even for me. Poor Rishi Sunak. I mean, it's bad enough he about as little as Sammy Davis Jr., but he can't seem to get a trade deal to save his life. He is kind of built like Sammy Davis Jr., isn't he? Little skinny, slim, little narrow little shoulders, little narrow hips, little feet sticking out left and right like a little cartoon character. Poor Rishi Sunak. Okay. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm going to cue the Ginger Avenger, and I will see you all tomorrow. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? I guess not. All right. See y'all, and cue the Ginger Avenger.
Inspiring morning with the Anna Freud Centre discussing all things mental health. It is so important that we all talk about our feelings and emotions, the good ones and the more difficult ones too, because we all have them. The theme for this year's Mental Health Week is anxiety, and the Anna Freud Centre have co-created an animation and resource toolkit to help young people understand, normalise and manage the feelings around anxiety. It is a fantastic resource and one which I'm sure we could all use to help support our mental health.